Okay, so today I'm going to go over the expenses that you can write off as a courier driver with Skip the Dishes. So the income that you make, you can deduct um, vehicle expenses, cell phone bill, the meals that you may buy during the shift. So if you're working, say, 8 hours straight, sort of thing, and you buy yourself dinner, you can deduct that from your taxes, so you're paying less tax at the end of the year. So, for instance, what I do is I keep track of all my kilometers. Actually, first of all, I should say um, you should be keeping track, or you should be recording this as your income. I know most people may not, um, but it depends. It depends on your goals. So if you are doing this full time, you definitely should be recording this as part of your income for doing it for tax purposes. Especially if your goals are if you want to buy a car, buy a house, anything that you need credit for, or to show not necessarily credit, but to show that you have this income coming in and that it's being recorded. You'll need to show that. So for me, I record all my kilometers. I keep my receipts for I write off my cell phone bill, write off the whole bill. Meals during the shift, you can write those off. They do record 50% of meals, but I'm not a financial advisor, so just keep that in mind. Do your own research. Talk to an accountant. Definitely do that. It'll be worth it at the end of the year. So definitely do that. So I'm going to go over the potential earnings and what I can write off right now. So let's say, for instance, what I do is I keep track of kilometers. Now, for me, if you watched my last video, I said I have a small business, so it's an incorporated business. So I filter everything I make from Skip the Dishes. I filter through that corporation. So what I do is I'll record all the income, and then I'll write off all the kilometers I've driven. So I can either write off the kilometers, or I can write off fuel costs, insurance, vehicle maintenance, anything that's associated with business, not personal. Like, you have to separate that. So the easiest way for me to do it, like, you can't do both. You can't record kilometers and you can't record the fuel costs. So it's either or. You can't double dip. So what I do is record kilometers. I have a little book that I record all the kilometers in. You can get a little mileage book from an accountant, from bookkeeping offices. So if you just go in and talk to them, they'll probably be free. So right now in Canada, uh, and I know most of you are in Canada because that's where Skip the Dishes is right now. So this will be based on Canadian tax law. So right now in 2018, the allowable rate that you can write off is 55 cents per kilometer for the first 5,000 kilometers. And then after that, if you drive more than 5,000 kilometers in a calendar year, you can write off only 49 cents after that. So, for instance, if I worked, let's say, let's say let's say the net total here that I worked for last week was $800, just for easier math. Let's do less. So the amount of kilometers I drove was almost 1,100. So let's do 1079. Multiply that by 55 cents. So I can write off $593 worth, like, reduce my taxes by that much. So if I did, 800 minus this, So rather than paying taxes on the full 800, I'm now only paying taxes on $200, $206.55. Now you can take that even further. Um, Say I had a meal, you can only write off 50% of meals. So if your meal's $10, they'll only allow $5 to be written off. And then cell phone bill, each month. So even if say my cell phone bill is $25 or $100 a month, you can for this I could calculate another $25 to take off. So make sure you keep track of all your kilometers, all your cell phone bills, the meals. Always keep all your receipts. It'll pay off in the end. It's a little bit of a pain in the beginning, but once you get into a routine, it'll really pay off. I would highly recommend recording this as income, especially if depending on what your goals are. Like I know some people don't record their tips as servers and things like that, but if they're working full time, that can really bite them if they go to get a car loan, they're a mortgage, say they're bringing in 60,000 a year, they're working, busting their ass, working, 70 hours a week as a waitress, but it only shows they're making $10 or $11 an hour and they don't record any of those tips. They're not going to get approved for anything. So, like I said, it's all up to you on how you want to do it, but I would talk to an accountant. Definitely talk to an accountant or bookkeeper regarding your write-offs, because at the end of the year, you may have all this income. You'll at least have it recorded for any sort of, like I said, loans or anything you may want to get into. So that's just what I do. If you have any questions, you can ask me, but I would definitely just ask an accountant. They would be the ones to talk to for sure. This is just how I do it with my corporation that I have for my little business. So everything I make, I filter through. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know, and I can try to help you out. Again, talk to an accountant. Thanks. Have a good day.